Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. We're gonna talk some boxing. We're gonna talk about what's been going on in boxing. Not too much been going on in boxing, just a lot of things shuffling and moving. Nothing too crazy has been going on other than sport, but I have been getting the vibes that a lot of ducking is going on. Now, we got to get to the bottom of it, right? We hearing rumors that Shakur Stevenson allegedly turned down the Williams Zepeda fight. We're gonna talk about that. Um, Dmitry Bivol vacates, gets stripped, relinquishes. I'm not sure, but whatever the case, he's not the WBC light heavyweight champion, so he's no longer undisputed at 175 pounds. David Benavidez has been elevated to WBC champion once again. So yeah, that's some of the news that's been happening in boxing, some of the things that's been going on. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. I know it's been a little minute since we went live, but we gotta. I don't know. It's just ain't nothing really happening. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not nothing that's happening that's really. I don't know. I don't know. There's not nothing significant really happening in the sport right now. It's not no real good storylines. There's no real rivalries right now. There's not too much going on right now. Edgar Berlanga was seemed to be, I don't know, excited that Caleb Plant turned around and he's fighting somebody else now. You would have thought that Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga would be fighting next, but after all that shit Berlanga's been talking, as soon as Caleb Plant said, okay, I can't wait on you, guy. I got to move around. Fight somebody else, then Berlanga comes out talking. This is a lot of weirdo shit going on in boxing. Apparently, Shakur Stevenson ducks Williams Zepeda. I'm not sure how that happened, but apparently there was some conversations that was had, and Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, took some shots at Turkey Alalshikh and those guys. I'm not sure what the hell is going on with boxing. All I can say is I'm waiting for this this Canelo Crawford fight, and I'm waiting to see Canelo fight William Skull as well. Other than that, I'm gonna wait till some more people get in the building before we start to cook. Oh boy. I don't know, man. I've been seeing some of the other content creators post and stuff. It's like, man, y'all talking about that, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm just getting bored or whatever the case may be, but I don't know. I did see Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani. Is that his name? Juntao? I call him Juntao. Juntao and the Monster Inoue agreed to face each other later on this year, so that should be a good fight from the land of the rising sun. Two Japanese fighters, two of the biggest, hardest hitting Japanese fighters on the planet. Should be squaring off sometime later this year. So I think that should be a good fight. Um, Other than that, man, we just waiting on this Ryan Roley card. It has no steam, no buzz, no nothing. Nobody's really doing anything to promote the card. Teofimo Lopez is trying his best, but it's going on deaf ears. But man, Mauricio Suleiman came out about 4 hours ago and says, I've just received a cold and impersonal notification from Dmitry Bivol's lawyer, Patrick English, with the argument he said that are so, okay, he meant that is so ridiculous that I'd rather not discuss informing the WBC that Dmitry Bivol has decided to relinquish his WBC light heavyweight championship. We wish Bivol success and hereby confirm David Benavidez as a WBC world light heavyweight champion. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened, I guess. And now it says here, Dmitry Bivol has vacated the WBC light heavyweight title, will not participate in Tuesday's Benavidez purse bid. I guess there was supposed to be a purse bid tomorrow, and has notified the WBC per letter I have obtained that I have also committed to a third better be fight, likely in October per source. So this is what Dan Rayfield had to say in regards to some of the latest news. Of course, the first statement I was reading is from Mauricio Suleiman himself. So apparently, Bivol turned down the whole Benavidez situation to go after Arthur Beterbiev for a third time. Now, some fans may look at this as ducking. Other fans may. Me personally, I can't really say Benavidez is ducking. You fought Arthur Beterbiev twice. So it's hard to say that guy's ducking anybody. You fight one of the most vicious punchers in boxing, the Terminator, Arthur Beterbiev. You fought him not once but twice, and then you beat him the second time. I don't really see him ducking Benavidez. As tough as Benavidez is, I don't really see personally Bivol ducking him because he's scared or anything like that. I think he had an obligation. Maybe he felt obligated to finish this, to settle the score with Arthur Beterbiev, right? Maybe he felt obligated to settle the score with him. He gave him no opportunity for a rematch. Now I gotta give him his shot, and we go end this once for all. Adam Brody. You gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? But Bivol, not Bivol, but Beterbiev has some things. Not all these damn bees. Benavidez comes out and says, just got the news that Bivol decided to vacate his title instead of fighting me. This is not an ideal way for me to become world champion, but nevertheless, I am now the WBC light heavyweight champion of the world. And I intend on putting on the best fights. The question is, what fights? Right? He already fought Dave Morrell. Arthur Beterbiev, one man would imagine after this third fight with Dmitry Bivol, he'll be likely walking away from the sport. I don't see nobody at 175 pounds that's a really big fight right now. I just don't see it. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button for your boy. What's up, GK Black? Salute. Hey, yeah, that's right. At least Bivol ain't hold up the belts. Yeah, Bivol didn't hold up the belts. He got rid of it right away. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to play games with me, y'all know I want to rematch this guy again. Well, forget it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. Now, WBC wasn't so quick to make a move when it came to Canelo Alvarez. They wasn't so quick to make these type of moves. But when it's somebody else, yeah, they'll gladly take that belt away and give it to somebody who they feel should have it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how boxing works. What's up, B Fighter? I see in the building. He says they'll never get that belt back because Benavidez will ride the gravy train for the next 5 years fighting nobody. I mean, there's nobody for him to fight. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody for David Benavidez. There's really nobody for him to fight now. Honestly. There's really nobody for him to fight, bro. He's going to be fighting Mr. Mahoos and Mr. Woody Doos. And yeah, he ain't going to be fighting nobody anytime soon. And speaking of not fighting somebody, I heard that Diego Pacheco ducked. I should have named this stream Duck Season. I heard Diego Pacheco, the guy who just beat Steven Soko Nelson, right? The young Mexican fighter from out west, ducked Christian Mabili. Now, I don't know if I said his last name right, but he ducked big Abdullah Mason. Now, dude looked like Abdullah Mason. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had my stuff set up and everything. Actually, he looked like a bigger, more adult version of Abdullah Mason. It's hilarious. So he ducked evil Abdullah Mason, a grown man version of Abdullah Mason. He ducked the shit out of him. You know, they ordered the fight. He turned it down. And now he's going to be fighting. I just seen who he's going to be fighting. Who the hell is Diego will be fighting now? He ducked the shot at him to fight somebody else, bro. I can't remember who it was. If you remember, leave it in the chat. I can't remember who it was, man. I just literally just seen it. I'm like, damn. Speaking of Abdullah Mason, real quick, we'll get back to Bivol in a second, but Abdullah Mason had his fight this weekend. I don't know, man. A lot of people came for me because of my, I guess, criticism for Abdullah Mason is not coming from any malice or anything like that. It's coming from just because I know the harsh reality of the sport. You can't get hit at all. You can't show, especially when you're a black fighter, you can't get hit. You just can't get hit, bro. You can't hit the deck. You can't touch the canvas. You can't do none of that shit, bro. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's not my rules. I don't like it. But I seen people were saying that Abdullah Mason may not quite be ready or and all this other stuff. I'm like, look, man, he's still a young guy. He just turned 21. Maybe he needs to take some time off. You know, he got through his last fight pretty good, but I still seen people kind of nitpicking that performance. You know what I'm saying? And this is the cards a lot of black fighters are dealt, especially when you're a talented young fighter, you undefeated, you got a lot of buzz behind your name or some kind of buzz. The standards is extremely high to the point where it's almost not even fair. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes can't make a mistake in the ring. They can't get hit. The pressure be on them. They got to perform well. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You said Mason and Boots are very similar. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He ducked Mabibili. Yeah, he ducked Mabibili, bro. He ducked him. He ducked him. And then one thing that don't get talked about in boxing enough, maybe I should start talking about this shit again. But a lot of Latino fighters be ducking smoke, bro. And nobody says nothing about it. Nobody does no videos. Nobody calls them ducks. Nobody does nothing. But here we are here in Shakur Stevenson, allegedly ducked Zepeda, a guy he's been trying to fight for like 3 years. And now all of a sudden he's ducking him. Come on, man. And then you're hearing about it. Like this is the narrative. Shakur's ducking this guy. But we ain't gonna hear nothing about Pacheco ducking this guy. We ain't gonna hear nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Vargas ducking that guy. We ain't gonna hear nothing about none of those dudes. They get a pass for the duckery, bro. And honestly, the Mexican fighters from back in the day, the Latino fighters from back in the day, those were some warriors. They wasn't ducking no fucking smoke, bro. You hardly heard about them dudes ducking any fighters, dog. You just didn't hear about it. You never heard about Oscar De La Hoya ducking anybody. You never heard about Tito Trinidad ducking anybody. They was fighting guys they really had no business fighting at times. Did it anyway, bro. It's not the same today, though. You got Berlanga, Puerto Rican fighter, ducking smoke, then talking shit about it like he's about it. And we can't, I mean, I don't really see Caleb Plant as a guy that's ducking. I believe that Caleb Plant's one of the most bouted fighters out there. You was playing games and he ain't got time to be waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? So you ducked a good fight with Caleb Plant. They're acting like you the A side. You're not the A side. You put up a performance against Canelo. You put up a spirited performance, but it wasn't like a performance to where, okay, well, yeah, he could beat this guy. Nah, bro. So you got on there and you start talking crazy. Now I kind of like Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? He cool, but I thought that was kind of lame, bro. Because I think the fight that for him and Plant should be happening. Nah, man, the Latino fighters today don't move like they did yesterday, bro. They just don't. What's his name? Forgot the fucking guy's name. Um, Leo Santa Cruz, duck and smoke for years, one of the biggest ducks in boxing. Nobody never said nothing about him. You never seen no duck emojis, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I guess if you quiet and keep your mouth shut and don't say nothing, you get a pass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Golden Boy is real clever, man. They keep their fighters protected. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. They keep their fighters protected, and they know clever little ways to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to what Golden Boy be doing, like they're trying to do right now with Shakur. And Shakur reacted to Turkey and them. Matter of fact, let me go and tell you exactly what Shakur said, because I thought it was pretty controversial. I should have did a separate video on it. But I don't know, man. This is why I said I'm kind of 50-50 with Turkey and everything. Because I don't, I'm kind of 50-50 right now. Everything's looking good, but will it be good? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But right now, I don't know if it's looking good, y'all. Hold up. What did Shakur say? Been 10 steps ahead the whole time. Where is it at? I guess Tevin Farmer was talking trash. He says, okay, keep your alarm. I mean, Shakur's out here. You know what I'm saying? That's just to try to change the narrative. Okay, this is what it says, Shakur, right here. Okay, Shakur's laugh emoji is Oscar says after all that shit talking, as Shakur Stevenson pulls out his pay fight. Now, this was 2 days ago. Shakur says, "Is this what they told you? Turkey promised me a number, and now he going way back on that number that he promised me and sending his towel boys to run me the info instead of telling me straight up what he trying to do. I don't bow down to nobody, Mr. De La Hoya. Now let's negotiate." So Shakur said he don't bow down to Turkey. Turkey and them told him one thing, and now they telling him something else. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said, man, it all came off as good initially, but right now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not sure if Turkey is he a flash in the pan type of dude, like for the moment, or is he in this thing for the long haul? And with Dana White getting into the UFC, we heard Bob Arum and Bob apparently, allegedly, Bob Arum and Al Heyman is going to be teaming up now to pretty much battle against Turk Alalshikh and these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I guess with Dana White or whatever, it's going to get really ugly in boxing, and I think it's gonna confuse a lot of things. I don't know what it's gonna do, man. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing. Dana White getting into boxing, it would have been a good thing if it was some years ago, but right now, I think a lot of these fighters get paid so much, it's gonna be really, really hard for him to really get all the top name guys to come on his platform to fight. And guys are so, I mean, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. You said flash in the pan. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm starting to lean towards that too with Turk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a few things that I didn't like about Turk, like him getting involved with the Adames fight. Like, bro, you should have stayed way out of that. Him having his opinion on the first Bivol Better Be fight, bro. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you a guy that has that much power, that much control over a situation, bro, step back, dude. Because then it looks like a conflict of interest to a lot of people. Like, look, man, this dude, and then, he's kind of just he does a little too much. Like the fandom of him come out a little too much. And I get it, he's a fan with a lot of resources, a lot of shit, make a lot of shit happen. But bro, take a step back. Not Al Heyman back, but damn, take a step back. Maybe not as far as Bob Arum, but take a step back, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to know your opinion on these fighters. We don't need to know who you favor. We don't need to, we shouldn't know any of this. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't know any of this. And if you promise the guy a number, you know what I'm saying? Well, then we will, only thing a man got is his word. So now you're not looking like you a man of your word, according to what Shakur is saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And then it seems like he bamboozled like Eddie Hearn and all these guys, Frank Warren. He got them all on board to kind of get his feet in the door, and then he kind of cast them to the side to get Dana White, to get the UFC to kind of build boxing similar to the UFC model. I don't know, man. That seems like some underhanded ass shit to me, honestly. But I'm still on the fence. We're gonna see what happens. Right now, I question if it's gonna get any better or worse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You said, does Turkey get credit for Canelo Crawford? Yeah, he should definitely get credit for that. I don't think I think if Turkey wasn't involved, this is why I say I'm 50-50 with the guy. If he wasn't involved, I don't think that fight would be happening. Because he's the only guy that could probably get Canelo what he really looking for. And Canelo probably looking for some number that's shooting straight up to the moon that nobody else could really gravitate towards to pull down. You know what I'm saying? But Turkey was able to pull it down. So he was able to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, though, real quick, ah, he ain't looking too good, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? He's just not looking too good. Oh yeah, Adames definitely won that fight, bro. Carlos Adames definitely won that fight. He got robbed, and Turkey was looking out for his people and shit, and that was nasty work. You know what I'm saying? That was nasty work. He made sure his boy got at least a draw. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost that fight. Adames was way better than that dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? If they fought again on an even turf or whatever, Adames, he beats that guy. You know what I'm saying? Messed up hand or not. You said Turkey has all the stars and control the heavyweight division. They can't compete with that. It's tough, bro. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be real tough for Bob and Al at this point to compete with that. Because who does PBC really got? Who does Top Rank really got? Like, what stars do they really got to compete with what Turkey's possibly gonna bring? You know what I'm saying? You said PBC is the home of email chumps like Tank and Benavidez. You think Benavidez is an email champ? I don't think so, bro. Benavidez had a hard time getting guys in the ring, bro. For whatever reason, David Benavidez has a pretty hard time getting dudes in the ring. He fought Dave Morrell. I mean, God, I mean, what more could we ask for? You know what I'm saying? He fought his nemesis, a guy that we, traditionally in the modern era of boxing, dudes are circling fights like that to be circled around each other. They'll be circling around each other for about 4 or 5 years before they decide to fight. They made it happen relatively quick. Oh, no, no, no. Turkey not gonna mention that rematch B fighter. Nah, because he knows Adame's a beat Shazier. Shazier is all right, man. He ain't that was my first time seeing the fight. I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I was waiting, I was looking for something. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for something. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Who else was ducking? There was a few ducks, a lot of ducking going on, bro. Um, who else was ducking? Cause who else? I'm trying to think. It was just top of my head. Oh, what's the guy named 160? He ducked somebody. Zanabek. Who did he duck? I want to say it was Adames. I think Adamas was looking to unify with him, and dude went on ahead and got up out of there. Um, there's a lot of ducking going on in boxing right now. It's low key ducking though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't in the spotlight like it would have been probably like 3 or 4 years ago, back when we used to be talking about the ducking, because it was a lot of it was preventing a lot of the fights from happening. You know what I'm saying? So in this case with Dmitry Bivol, I don't necessarily I can't call him a duck. You know what I'm saying? I just can't call him a duck. I just, if he's gonna be fighting Arthur Beterbiev for one last time, maybe like I said earlier, maybe he felt obligated. I got to go ahead and rematch this guy and close the show, and that's respectable. That's honorable. That's what you do. If there's a draw or if there's 1-1, somebody you gotta break the tie, bro. You gotta, just like Tank Davis. I won't accept nothing from him. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Shakur. You gotta see Lamont first, bro. You gotta see him first. You gotta finish this, and then we can go off to the next one. And this is what Dmitry Bivol is doing. But the sanctioned bodies wasn't playing no games. They wasn't waiting around. They probably was playing hardball with the belts. They seem to play hardball with the belts, depending on who it is, unless it's fucking Canelo. Canelo can keep a belt for 5 years and not fight a mandatory until he decides to fight a mandatory. But no other fighter really gets that luxury of just holding on to the belt. Outside of Errol Spence. Errol Spence was able to hold the belts for a long time too, with no consequence. But no other fighter, not even the great Terrence Crawford, could hold on to a belt, or the great Alexander Usyk could hold on to a belt without sanctioned bodies banging at their fucking door. You said Janabek is overrated. Yeah, I think so too, bro. I think he's kind of overrated. You know what I'm saying? I think Janabek is kind of overrated. I ain't seen nothing from him. Speaking of middleweight division, Alara and I believe Charlo is fighting on the same card. They're not fighting each other though. They're gonna be fighting on the same card, Jamel. And I think Jamal Charlo is fighting Thomas Lamana. Oh boy, boy, boy. He's fighting Thomas Lamana. And he's fighting on the Caleb Plant card. Him and Caleb Plant fighting on the same card. So two guys, two cards with two co-main events should be fighting each other. They fight somebody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what they doing. Jamel Charlo been out of the sport for so long, he got to keep resetting every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? He gonna fight Thomas Lamana, look lethargic, probably don't look that good, and then he gonna be gone for another year or two. That's what's about to happen. And Jamel, he been out since Canelo fight. Who was he fighting? I forgot who he's even supposed to be fighting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't fighting Bakaram, who, by the way, been calling people out on social media. Everybody's ducking Bakaram. It seemed like everybody just kind of left. You know what I'm saying? Bakaram kind of just standing there with the IBF belt in his hand, talking about what's up. Nobody's around to fight Bakaram. You know? So there's a lot of ducking going on in boxing. It's just not being talked about. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, what else just happened? Keith Thurman, I did a video on it, but Keith Thurman reacted to Tim Tszú's fight. Tim Tszú didn't seem as confident as he had did prior to him taking that loss to Bakaram, but that kind of comes with the territory sometimes. He got, brought back to reality a little bit. He was on his high horse, I guess, and he got kind of knocked back down. But he looked good against Joey Spencer. I didn't really think much of Joey Spencer. Not to say he's not much of a fighter or a guy, but as far as that level, I didn't think he was quite ready. When I heard about it, I'm like, oh shit, we already know who's gonna win this fight. He barely got through it. What didn't Joey Spencer get beat by Abel Ramos pretty bad? So I mean, who would have? Come on, man. So he went in there and beat up on Joey, and now I expect to see Keith and Tim fight, Thurman and Zoo. I got to see them fight next. I think that's a good fight though. Still on paper, I think that's a really good fight. Um, I think Keith can win that fight though. Honestly, I think Keith Thurman, if he keep his wits about him, I think he still got his legs. I think he still got a good gas tank on him. I can't tell much from that fight he was fighting though, but he was letting them hands go. So that's a good sign. So I would like to see Keith Thurman and Tim Tszú. I think that's the next fight to make. Since there's no Errol Spence or nothing like that, I think those two guys should go ahead and spin the block and revisit that. You said Shakur ducking Zepeda. Man, you know damn well Shakur ain't ducking Zepeda. You said Mexicans dominate boxing, heavyweight classes 168. Mexico's doing okay. All right. They doing all right. You know, America still runs boxing. America still has the most champions. America still has the most prestige champions, the most respected champions. I mean, come on. Well, Mexico's doing okay. They like second or third. But Shakur Duggins Zepeda, that's laughable. That's laughable. Tell Zepeda and Oscar to make the fight, bro. Just tell them to make the fight. And let's get this Zepeda dude out the way, man. Because he's been ducking Shakur for a long, long time. You said, have I seen Benavidez training camp? Better Beef training camp? Yeah, Better Beef does a lot of like strong guy shit. Like he do stuff to kind of build his body, like as far as like not like weights, but he'll do like some push-ups and then like do it on his wrist. Then he do all kinds of little weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Almost like some karate training, some Kyokushin karate training type shit. He's gonna come prepared for this last fight for sure. But I question, at almost 40 years old now, I think his best days is behind him. And I think this whole situation with Bivol was just the perfect timing to beat a guy like Better Beef. Perfect timing. You said if I was Boots, how long would I stay at 47? After this fight, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out of there. Cause Boots, you best believe when fight week come, which is what, ain't that this week? Yeah, later this week. Um, he gonna be looking like Skeletor. And the more he's cutting his weight and all that, man, it's gonna start hindering him in these fights. It's time for Boots to move up, man. Go to the big boy division. Virgil's already there. Stanionis need to be up there too. You know what I'm saying? It's time. If I was Boosie, I would have definitely moved up. So now if he goes down here and he puts up a piss poor performance against Stanionis, you might as well forget about even thinking about how he'll compete at 54. You said Boosie is fine at 47? I don't know. We go see. Because the knockouts ain't coming like they once was. Now, the level of competition has increased, but they didn't really increase that much. I think a lot of it has something to do with him cutting that weight, cutting so much weight, man. Oh yeah, Boots and Norman Jr. Yeah. Norman Jr. was calling him out. Said they wanted to boot smoke. You know what I'm saying? After bamboozling Boots. Um, but now they go really try to press for the fight, especially if they see how he looks in this fight. And if Boots kind of don't look too good on the scales, and if he looking, fatigued in the fight or whatever, they go really hop on him. You know what I'm saying? Because they go see that as a perfect opportunity to get him. They're not go catch him when he's hydrated and fresh and looking strong and fast. Nah, they not gonna do that. They gonna wait till they see some holes. Because despite what Karen Kukachan did, um, dudes ain't gonna just be banging on the Boots door like that. It's just not. You said Shakur destroys Zepeda with ease. Yeah, he does. That's why that fight wouldn't likely never happen. De La Hoya is going to try to find a way to spin a narrative again to make it look like Shakur didn't want the smoke. They're going to probably offer him low ball money, you know what I'm saying, to where he has no, that's what they're going to do, bro. I'm not buying any of that. That Shakur ducking Zepeda. He's food for Shakur, and he was ducking Shakur for a reason. You said Boost needs to knock out Ryan. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, wait at 47 for Ryan ass to get there. Knock him out, please, please, because Rolly's not going to be able to get it done. He's just not. He's just not going to be able to get it done, bro. You said it should be Boost last year at 47. It should be, but will it be? I don't know. It should be. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. She said, "Are we in agreement that Norman dug Boost?" Yeah, man, they dug Boost. Hell yeah, they did. They was playing games, bro. They never wanted to fight Jerron Ennis. They did that shit for clout real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then he turns around. And I like the Normans, but that was some bullshit, bro. And now you fight on undercards. After the first time you act like you wanted to fight him, you fought on, well, I think it was Keyshawn undercard. And now you fight on Michaela Mayer's undercard. It's like, come on, bro. You fight on undercards for chick fighters. You know what I'm saying? When you should be headlining cards and shit. All right. But boxing, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been kind of stale, man. It's been stale. It's been really stale. Really stale. We need something like um we need another rivalry again, man. That's what we need. That's what boxing always needs. Boxing always needs the rivalries. We don't got no rivalries right now. Nothing. Nothing. The Canelo Crawford, I mean, that fight is already happening now. So there was no real, situation where we was going back and forth and it kind of just built up. No, it's about to be happening. So I guess once we get past William Skull, I think things with that is going to heat up. But as far as everything else, man, boxing's looking really stale right now out of nowhere. I can't foresee anything good right now. I think everything happened already. You know what I'm saying? All the really like good matchups and the big card, that shit happened real fast. And now we ain't got shit else to talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about the X's and O's and the techniques and the skills. Nobody wants to know. Y'all don't, this ain't the channel for that no more. So I don't know. It's boring. Hey, Boots and Virgil could be a big rivalry, but Boots act like he don't want to deal with dude for real, for real. He just act like he don't. I don't know if he do or not. It seems like he don't. And I do think he got bamboozled by Golden Boy and them, but he still act like he don't want that fight. You know what I'm saying? I should have named this stream Duck Season, because he do act like he don't want that fight, bro. Boots and Virgil, that fight should have been happened. And it's a fight that really should be built up right now. But Boots, guess what? He stayed sticking around at 47. Virgil said, fuck 47, I'm out of here. Boots sticking around in the barren wasteland. Ain't nothing going on at 47, bro. Ain't nothing going on, bro. Oh, Rashidi Ellis and Blair Cobbs, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun fight. Blair Cobbs definitely should be in the mix. If he's not, boxing needs guys like him, man. Boxing definitely needs guys like him. Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Boxing needs these dudes, bro, to be the bad guy, to be the asshole, boxing needs that shit big time. You said Skull doesn't have a chance, he don't? I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't think Canelo is as good as he used to be. Canelo he looking pretty bad. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but he's man. We gonna start to see Canelo slipping. It's gonna be even more glaringly obvious that he's lost a step or two. Maybe William Skull will show us that he lost a step or two. Now I'm not saying Skull is gonna go out here and win, but Canelo lost a step, bro. That right hand on that pass session on that clip I had or that clip I got is that's all I'm seeing is that straight right hand he threw. And even though it was some pad work, um, and it could have possibly been at the end of a long, hard session, that right hand, bro, you can't that man, I still see it. You know what I'm saying? That's how slow it was. I still see it. If I saw it, I mean, I don't know. He's just looking really predictable. Canelo's looking a lot more predictable. And we go see. We go see. You said Ryan got Dev's number. It's over, man. Hell no. Devin got to see Ryan again. Devin got, because Ryan is a one-trick pony. He got a really good trick. And Ryan, the thing with Ryan Garcia, I think he's really talented. He's naturally gifted, but he's not a dude he's not getting better out here. He's not getting better as a fighter. That shit that happened with Devin, that was just a fluke. That'll never happen again. That will never happen again. That was a fluke. That was a once in a lifetime thing that happened that night. Ryan Garcia, there's no fucking way. He's a one trick pony. Um, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Cause he's not, really like looking at Ryan Garcia over the years. I don't see no improvements. That left hook is always gonna be something special though. You know what I'm saying? That left hook of his hand speed is always gonna be something special. But outside of that, I don't see no improvements, bro. He don't even got a trainer for real for him to grow. Who's been training him for him to get better? Well, you just expect to just left hook everybody? No, that's not gonna happen. That steroid hook didn't even put Devin down for good. Like, I don't know, man. You said, do Rolly got a chance? Nah, man. Unfortunately, he don't, bro. I would like to see Rolly. I would like to see Rolly pull it off. And Rolly used to whoop on Ryan when they was kids and sparring. But Ryan, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. And while I don't think Ryan is really improving as a fighter, he's still got enough talent and shit to make up for that. And a guy like Rolly, who got 2 left feet, 2 left knees, um, unless he lands a big punch and it hurts Ryan, which is possible, because Ryan don't necessarily got like elite defense or anything like that. So I don't know, man. That fight could be good. Somebody's getting knocked out though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna be Ryan. You said if Ryan beat Dev, he losing in that parking lot. Man, I can't wait to see that fight. That's a fight that'll get people hype again. You know what I'm saying? That those type of fights, that'll have boxing buzzing. Just the thought of that fight happening again. Tank Davis fighting Lamont again. I think that'll get people excited because people see what Lamont is about now. Shakur just needs a big fight, period. Right? Keyshawn Davis, he's chilling right now. Actually, speaking of Keyshawn, I'm glad I brought that up. The guy there's been a guy on Twitter, and he's fooling everybody, even me. But he's not really he's not really Andy Cruz. It's a guy that literally made a whole account to make himself look like Andy Cruz. He's not Andy Cruz. So a lot of that stuff that we thought Andy was saying, he really didn't even say, y'all. You got some fanboy weirdo out here that's posing as Andy Cruz, starting shit and trying to, so I had to just put that out there. Oh, definitely got to get back. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Devin got. This is what we gonna really see what Devin Haney's truly made of. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially that was a loss. The way I see it, y'all know I'm a big Haney fan, but I see that as a loss. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not on paper, from what I visually saw, that was a loss, bro. And you got to get that shit back. Despite what happened with the cheating and all that, you got to get that back, bro. Miguel Cotto style. You got to get that back. You got to get that back. You said Rolly getting knocked out? Yeah, he probably is, bro. I don't think Rolly is taking the sport as seriously either. I don't think how are these guys getting better, bro? Like who's training Rolly for him to get better, to fix all those holes that he had in his game? Ryan Garcia constantly bounces around from trainer to trainer. Joe Goosen couldn't even get this kid to fucking pay attention and listen, to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Joe Goosen, Gene Jacket Joe couldn't even get him to listen. Canelo and them said, nah, man, we can't do nothing with this dude. And now Derrick James, sucker ass, took him back. Yeah, Keyshawn's definitely getting better, bro. Keyshawn is a young fighter that we watch that you could say he's actually getting better in there. He's getting better. Every time we see him, he's getting better. There's a few fighters I could say I haven't really seen any improvements. And there's some that I say, yeah, he's getting better every fucking fight. You better watch out. Keyshawn is definitely one of those guys that's getting better. You said Dev not a dog? How's Dev not a dog? Dev got up every time he got knocked down. Is that not what a dog means? Oh, we just not gonna give him that because it's Devin. You know what I'm saying? If Devin was a weak fighter, he wouldn't have got up. And I take that back. I take that back because sometimes you just can't get up. You know what I'm saying? But Devin showed a lot of heart, bro. He showed a lot of heart. He got up and he finished the fight. You know what I'm saying? So how could you take the dog away from him? He showed a lot of dog, if you ask me. Actually, his dog in character was tested in that fight, and I think he passed that part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they act like Devin is Amir Khan, bro. Like, bro, he's not Amir Khan, bro. Like those dudes, like Amir Khan, Chuck Liddell. Who else is super D duper chinny? Um, like the wind blow, they falling. It's a few guys, man, in various sports, man, whose chin just gone. Devin is not one of those dudes, bro. Yeah, Devin didn't break under pressure. Devin is that dude, man. I look forward to seeing what he got. Because this is gonna tell us what he's really made of. This fight with Ramirez. And I expect him to go out there and get the stoppage too. He's gonna have to go out there and get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's got to go out there and put up another one of those pro-grade like performances. Because the performance he put up against Regis Prograde was probably one of the best ones I've seen from him. What's up, boy? Go stop Canelo. Salute. You said Keyshawn the best at 35? Possibly. I think so. I think so. He's definitely checking all the boxes. I say his toughest fight will likely be Shakur. His toughest fight, his opponent will if he ever was to fight Shakur, that'd be his toughest fight. Um, yeah, Keyshawn's that guy, bro. I think he's just gonna continue to get better, man. There's no way he can't. He got three brothers that box. You know, he got a great team. You know what I'm saying? Bomac and them. Terrence Crawford's like the big bro. Shakur's like his bro. I mean, there's really no way Keyshawn Davis can't get better as a fighter. There's just no way he can't. You said who Keyshawn beat to get the crown, though? Whoever he had to beat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not the guy that we would like to see a champion, a guy beat to get the belt from that guy. It's just he beat whoever he had to beat to get the belt. Now tell Tank to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, if he can get past Lamont. You said over Loma? Shit. That's a tough one. I don't know, man. It's hard to say with Loma right now, bro. It's hard to say with Loma. Because Loma's been out for a while. He's getting older. Um, I don't know, bro. I think I get an edge to Keyshawn even now, right now. Because Loma's not naturally, to me, I still never feel like Loma's a true lightweight. Like he's a featherweight to me, bro. He's just a guy that was just able, just good enough to fight and lightweight, but he was never truly a lightweight, in my opinion. You said Anthony Joshua chin. Yeah, Anthony Joshua chin. Yeah. Chinny like AJ, man. The wind blowing, he falling, bro. I think if you a fighter and it gets to that point to where now you every time you get touched, whether it's a really hard shot or not, you falling, I think it's time to hang it up. I think it's time to hang it up. Once you start falling down from like shit that you never used to fall down from before, I think it's time to hang it up, man. Because being a fighter, not being able to dish it out is one thing, but you also got to be able and willing to take it too. That's part of the game as well. So you got to be able to hit people in the mouth, and you got to be able to get hit in the mouth. And if you can knock people out, you can knock people out all you want to, but if they can knock you out, then what's the fuck the point? Yeah, Wilder. Well, speaking of Wilder, Wilder's trying to give him one more go. The Bronze Bomber's going to give him one more last run. I don't know, man. His punch resistance don't look the same either, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see the Bronze Bomber get in there and just be a shell of himself, and you know what I'm saying. Those was fun times. Salute to Hollow Ninja. Oh damn, you can do all kinds of stuff. Wait, hold up. What's this? Oh, okay. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super taser. Shoot up box tier turn and we keep on moving. That's right, bro. We keep on moving, bro. Yeah, I just lately it just ain't been too much really to talk about. But start after this weekend, I think things will heat up. You know, the Boost fight this week, right? I think Boost fight this week. I think that should be pretty good, pretty interesting. Go see what happens for Jerron Boost Ennis. Dmitry Bivol, man, relinquished the light heavyweight WBC title. Seemed like he pissed some people off. Um, I'm not sure how his relationship is with Turkey at this particular moment. Um, Now David Benavidez finds himself the email champion once again. You know what I'm saying? He got elevated as champion once again. So yeah, that's guys' careers don't always play out how guys like Canelo's may play out. You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes can only get a title if everybody just get out the fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Some dude may only get a title shot if he becomes a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody's gonna have everybody's career is gonna be just different, man. Everybody's career is gonna be different. Oh yeah, Raymond Ford is on that card. I think a dude named Jones Jackson. It looked like a young Julian Jackson is on the card. I argue is that his grandson or some shit, but do it look like Julian Jackson is on the card? It might be a good card, man. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, "Sorry I missed the last live. I was in Tokyo, Japan, celebrating my birthday. Very fun time, beautiful country, people friendly, and it's very clean." That's tight, bro. That's tight that you was in Japan. That's pretty dope. I've been seeing what's the kid name? Speed. I show Speed. He's been in China and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, China looks like they about good 20. They technology wise, they probably about 20, 25 years ahead of us in America. It's almost insane. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys probably been seeing this kid streams. He's like one of the most popular dudes in the world. But the kid's like a fucking Michael Jackson. Like he's like Michael Jackson. I couldn't believe how much of these Chinese folks knew who this kid was. They were just he couldn't go nowhere. It was insane. You know what I'm saying? But the way, yeah, I would like to go out east, man, for sure. Go out east to Japan, to China, to Thailand for sure. Um, just to see, man. Just to see. I don't know, man. I'm kind of skeptical with China though, because they be racist out there. For sure. They be on some racist ass shit. But that's tight, man. Happy birthday too, bro. I can't. Okay, that's how I do it. You says Japan is already trying to implement blockchain in their society before us, Bitcoin and everything. Oh yeah? Yeah, I don't like the term email champion either, but it's kind of like a term now. So it kind of just rolled off the tongue and shit. But he's like the elevated champion. Oh, you said blockchain in their society before us, Bitcoin and everything. I mean, a lot of those countries, bro, they way more. It's like they try to. It's almost like the U.S. censors us from seeing certain things from other countries. Like there's a lot of places in Africa that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That you wouldn't even like. It's not what they show on TV here and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think that traveling is a thing that most people should be looking towards doing. Traveling, seeing the world, seeing what's really out there. Because it seems to me like some of these other countries is kind of better than here. What they got flying cars and shit. These phones that's like, bro, they got shit that, like, I don't know what the hell, bro. But it's a lot of those Asian countries that be having a lot of crazy technology. Thailand looks like you would have thought that Thailand was just, man, Thailand is very, the infrastructure in a lot of these places is way more advanced than like you'll see here. It's crazy. And you'll be thinking they third world countries and shit, but they got, man, please. Yeah, WBC owed Canelo. That's why they did that. They knew they owed Benavidez. So that's why they had to, do that. And they know they did him dirty for Canelo, and they know Canelo probably about to be riding out soon. So they got to gravitate towards the next Mexican star, and that's David Benavidez. So that's what they trying to do. They get prepared for when Canelo is out of there, because Canelo likely to be done after this 4-fight run. After Bud Crawford beats him, he might not even continue the 4-fight run, but I think the money is just so great that he'll have to continue it. But yeah, you guys, just had to talk real quick, catch back up on some things. You know what I'm saying? Just had to catch back up. David Benavidez is now the WBC light heavyweight champion. Dmitry Bivol is moving on to a possible third fight this October with Arthur Beterbiev. Could you really say he ducked David Benavidez if that's the case? I don't think so. Dmitry Bivol is one of the best fighters, one of the best boxers of this era, honestly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta honestly say that he's still wait. And he's not undefeated anymore, but the guy that he lost to was a bad motherfucker too. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. So I don't think Bivol getting rid of the belt and then upholding his obligation to Arthur Beterbiev is a bad thing. I think that's just something he had to do as a man, and we got to settle the score. So I think that's a little bit more important, honestly. And if he decides to box after, if he gets past Beterbiev for a second time after the third fight, then I think he should revisit the David Benavidez fight if he feels like sticking around. I think he'll likely probably retire after that, but we'll see. But salute to everybody in the building. Thank you guys for stopping in. I know it's been some spots of inactivity here and there, but we gonna get things back on track. John Boots Ennis fights Elimonte Stanionis this weekend. It should be pretty interesting to see how that fight plays out. John Boots Ennis is gonna have to show up and show out. That's just what it is. You can't be up in there and touching the canvas. You can't be getting hit and shit. That's just what it is. But salute to everybody in the building. Much love to all you guys for stopping in. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the donations to the dojo today. I love you, Mom. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.